mujer que tenía.
Arriba.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Woo, yeah, you can applaud. Exciting. We are super excited to have you here. My name is Cherie Hill, and I'm an assistant professor in dance studies here at Cal State San Marcos. And I'm with my colleague. I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi everyone, my name is Deva Hernandez and I'm a faculty member in dance studies.
Yeah. Today, dance studies. So first I just really want to thank you all for being here and want to give a special thanks to Cal State San Marcos and the College of Humanity, Arts, Behavioral, and Social Sciences for supporting this. Also to Arts and Lectures and everyone that was on that committee that helped support, and to the IRA Fund, which is a committee mostly of students for granting the means for us to be able to put this show together for you tonight. So it's very, very exciting, and I'm gonna pass it over to Deva to give a little intro.
So a little bit about the Dance Studies program. The Dance Studies program here at CSU San Marcos is committed to offering students an understanding of contemporary dance practice and performance within an ever-changing social and political context. Through collaborative and community-based projects, students gain an appreciation and respect for diversity and inclusivity through embodied learning. And students can pursue a minor in dance studies. So please look at the website for more information, and you can also ask one of us if you have questions about becoming a minor. Tonight's show, Mestizaje, Interwoven Identities Between Mexico, Philippines, and Spain, was produced by the CSUSM Arts and Lectures, the CSUSM Dance Studies Program, and San Diego-based dance companies Pasacat, Philippine Performing Arts Company, with choreographer and dance director Joji Ramirez Castro, and Dance Arts, which consists of Sabor Mexico Dance Company and La Ciencia Flamenca, with artistic director, founder, and choreographer Patricia Astorga. Let's give them a round of applause. And don't forget that you can access the program for tonight's show on the QR code that was given to you when you entered into the room tonight. So please make sure you take a look at that. You'll find more information on the dance companies and on the performance tonight. Also, on Friday, October the 3rd, the members of the dance companies will be on campus offering master classes and a artist talk. So there's also flyers for the master classes at the check-in table with a QR code. So for students, if you're interested in taking the master classes, you can scan the QR code to register. And also please note that the first class is more full than the second, so keep that in mind as you're registering for the 2 master classes. Tonight's show is about 1 hour and 10 minutes, and there won't be any intermission. After the final bow, there will be about a 5-minute break, and then there will be a after-show talk / Q&A with some of the performers. So I hope that you can stick around and ask questions or make comments of anything about the show that maybe stood out to you or that you have a question about. Last thing I want to say before I hand it back over to my colleague Cherie is to please take a moment right now to silence your phones so that we will not have any distractions during the show. Now we're going to do a land acknowledgement.
Thank you. And before I do the land acknowledgement, we were also asked, it is a sold out show and we might have people arriving late. So if you have a seat next to you, it was asked that you scooch in so people can come to the sides and sit without disturbing. And I see there's a couple people. So maybe if you have a seat available, can you just raise your hand and so that they can easily find an empty seat here. And we have 4 exits, and so audience, it's great, you can exit out of these two doors that you came, and in an emergency, we also have an exit here and an exit here. And I think that's it. So, we acknowledge that the land on which we gather is the traditional territory of Luiseño Payacuicham people. Cal State San Marcos and its surrounding areas are still home to the 6 federally recognized bands of the La Jolla, Palma, Pachanga, Rincon, Soboba, Luiseño Payacuicham people. It is also important to acknowledge that this land remains the shared space among the Cubacuichem, Cupeño, and Kumeyaay and Ipai peoples, and we are very grateful for this land and for them. So without further ado, please enjoy the show. Thank you.
Director of PASACA. We're grateful for your attendance this evening. So the first portion of our program was Drums and Spirits, as we wanted to give homage to the indigenous people of our countries, from Mexico and the Philippines. We recognize that although the Spanish trade brought many changes, there was still a civilization thriving and vibrant, and so these dances truly reflected them in Drums and Spirit. And now we take you to Spain with the flamenco dancers and the sounds of music and the chants and the beautiful lyrical music that is played to accompany the dances, the extensive footwork that I've tried to do flamenco, and it's very different from Philippine dance. And so the challenges are to keep this alive as the influences that came from Africa even, and Southern Europe, as well as the southern part of Spain. So now we bring to life Spain with our dancers and our singers.
pasearme por La Habana y con mi cigarro al ronceñío de mi bien. Ay, contigo
We take you to the Philippines. With over 300 years of Spanish occupation, it really left an indelible mark, most especially with the music. The sounds that you just heard were the sounds of the rondalia of the Philippines. It's composed of a Spanish instrument called bandurria. The bandurria plays the main melody and a second voice sort of, and an octave lower is the octavina or lood. It of course is accompanied by the guitarra and the bajo, the bass. So with the sounds, we bring you to the Philippines, and you'll see the similarity in some of the attire worn by both the men and the women. It was Filipinized, and the flowing music truly are reminiscent of the old days of Manila, and again, an expression of the flowiness and the smoothness that the Filipinos enjoy, that everything has to have a continuous flow. So now we take you to the Philippines with our rondalia and dancers.
llevan siempre en la mano el pai y el pai de Manila se estila viene Malalay. Ay, que se le cae en los días de mucho calor en la plaza que pasa mejor. Ay, que
you Mestizaje, which really is calling upon the fusion and unity after the cultures have been influenced by one another. And so in our next two dances, it'll show the liveliness from the rural countries, the rural regions of Mexico and Spain, and it's very lively. And so we hope you enjoy these next two numbers, which are representative of northern Mexico and the central part of the Philippines.
¿Cuál será el mejor licor? ¿Cuál será el mejor licor?
when we had conversation, we started the conversations on Mestizaje, something came up to me because, you know, we learn about cultures and traditions through storytelling. I don't know if there's anything that has written this down, but when I was in the Philippines, upon the occasion of the National Philippine Dance Company's, I think, 45th anniversary, I was talking to the son of one of the pioneers of the Bayanihan Rondalia, and they talked about the dance Supli. Supli is based on two words, su meaning stooped and bali meaning broken, because the men that would perform around the women would be like roosters. But originally started as a dance in homage of the Holy Cross. The village would come together in Batangas and they would pay homage just by dancing without any music for hundreds of years. But then when they wanted to bring it to the stage, they were inspired by Jarabe Tapatio. So if you're familiar with Jarabe, it's in Supli, they said, well, let's put on some music and invert the sound. So it's so the pattern is there. And so when we started Mestizaje, this was one of the first things that came up. We have to do this. We have to figure this out. We don't have the mariachis here, but when we do, we blend in the rondalia and the mariachis to make this dance come truly as a fusion of unity and a respect for one another. And after all, we're all somehow connected in some small thread. And hopefully it brings about respect and honor for one another. So the rest of our program is Jarabe Tapatio and Supli.
Thank you.